everyone, this is Eli G. Brown / Eli G. Brony, and welcome to another classic LEGO Bionicle review. And now we are looking over something that I actually should have looked over, like a little before the Matoran set reviews. It's kind of awkward to do a review on the Rahkshi in the middle of doing the reviews on the 2003 Titan sets, but I'm now making up for lost time, as much time as I had lost. But then again, I did already review a number of other sets, official sets before, so I'm just going over the ones I haven't yet. Alright, so here we have the bad guys of the second 2003 storyline. These are the Rahkshi, the Sons of the Makuta. And for those of you who are wondering why they are called the Sons of Makuta, well, I'm sure some people do know, but I know there are also some people that don't know this, and this was something that I didn't know, but I did read it up in some sort of book. They are called the Sons of the Makuta because they are each powered by the Karata. The Karata are these snake-like creatures that each of the Rahkshi have one of these in these containers right here. Just like with the Karana and the Borak series, the Karata is randomized in each set. Of course, with it closed off, it's really hard to tell if there is or isn't a Karata inside. The Rahkshi also have these spikes that are coming out of their backs, which I think is supposed to be coming from the Karata themselves, even though the Karata that you just saw there did not have any spikes coming out of it. Alright, so let's now go over each of these characters. Story-wise, Makuta sent the Rahkshi out onto Matanui when he heard that the Mask of Light was found and that the search for the seventh Toa was now ongoing. So in order to stop that from happening, he sent the Rahkshi out to try to stop the seventh Toa from being found. Though it wasn't really specified as to what the Rahkshi were actually going after. Were they going after the mask itself? Were they going after Takua? Were they going after Jala? Well, it wasn't really known in the storyline, although it was at first assumed that it was after the Mask of Light. They were after the Mask of Light. But then Takua decided that they were actually after the Herald. Which is kind of odd because, as you may know, Makuta did not release all his Rahkshi at the same time. He only released Leerock, the green one, Perrock, the brown one, and Gurok, the blue one, out first, and then the other three, Turok, the red one, Vorak, the black one, and Kurok, the white one, out later. And Takua and Puku went to Onukoro when Takua decided that it would probably be better if he and Jala were not working together to find the seventh Toa. And Takua said that the Rahkshi were going after the Herald, and as Jala mentioned, the Mask of Light was never at Onukoro, but Takua was. And of course, Jala was not at Onukoro either. So if the Rahkshi were going after the Herald, I think it's quite clear at that point in the film who the true Herald was, but I'm pretty sure that the audience actually knew who it was from the start. But I'm just saying, I think that with Takua's statement right there, I think that it should be pretty clear to him as to who the seventh Toa actually is. Though he probably knew the whole time, he just didn't want to admit it. Alright, so like with most of the canister series of sets that were released up until 2007, when the different canister figures started to have a different variety of how they are made, the Rahkshi here, coming from the time where we have mostly clone sets, are, well, all clone sets. The only real difference that each one has would be their colors, the spikes coming out of their backs, as well as their weapons. Now for a function, the Rahkshi each have this gear on the back where you can turn it and their arms move from side to side. the 2003 Matoran also have a similar feature to this, where it just bobs from back to forth. Now they each have a different sort of power included. Like, it depends on what the Rahkshi is. I mean, we do find out that there are more types of Rahkshi than the 6 that we get in Mask of Light, such as the Rahkshi of Heat Vision that we get in the 2010 storyline during the Bionicle Stars series, but I already looked over the Bionicle Stars Rahkshi like in 2010, so I'm not going to be going over that again. Leerock is a Rahkshi of Poison, Parrock is a Rahkshi of Shatter, Turok is a Rahkshi of Fear, Vorok is the Rahkshi of Hunger, Kurok is the Rahkshi of Anger, and Gurok, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what his sort of power is. So, anyway, I think that's about all that I have to say about the Rahkshi. Although I am going to point out something that was actually made more difficult for a later set. But anyway, each of the Rahkshi heads are connected using a bowl cup piece or a socket connection joint inside of the head. Now they all have translucent ones in the series, though you could use any sort of color even if it's not translucent, though most people would probably want to have them be translucent. So I'm just going to go over that real quickly. Alright, so now it can be quite difficult to get them up. Well, okay, it's not all that difficult. But if it is really difficult to get them off, you just push an axle piece in the hole on the top of the head and it just comes off. However, for a later set that uses the same headpieces, that does not come as easy. And then taking this axle piece out actually reminded me of another feature that the Rahkshi have, and I'll demonstrate that with Turok, since I already took out his axle piece. Well, for a staff. Alright, so, a function that the Rahkshi have, an additional function, is first off, take out the axle piece that connects their weapons. Then you lift the legs up, just like this, put them together, and then you put the weapons from the side. And this is a little feature that allows them to hover above the ground. And they are actually shown to do this in the commercials as well as in Mask of Light. Though the odd thing here is that in contrast to a later set that would use the same headpieces as the Rahkshi's heads in the movie looked nothing like the actual sets. But a certain other set that would use the same Rahkshi headpieces would look like the actual sets in the movie that they appeared in. I'm pretty sure most of you know what I am talking about by now, but, you know, I think that it's better to save those for another time. So that is the Rahkshi, the 2003 bad guy sets of the summer wave of 2003. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.